Hi, I'm County Councilor Randall Ryti, and I'm here at the Los Alamos Daily Post to provide a summary of the November 4, 2025 County Council regular session. So the meeting had a smaller number of items, so it allowed for a little bit more discussion on the main topic for last night, which was our council strategic plan. Well, to start the meeting, I want to highlight both proclamations. I think they're both of interest to the community. So the first is declaring starting last night on the 4th through the 11th as Operation Greenlight. And this is something that we've been doing now for about 3 years. So it's recognizing veterans for their contribution to the country and to our community. And people can help support this by putting a green light in their front window and lighting it during that period. So appreciate if people can do that. The next item that is also important for our community is Small Business Saturday. So that's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so November 29th this year. And we ask that all residents come out and support their local businesses on that date, and also continue to support them during the holiday season. So most businesses get a substantial fraction of their revenue during the holiday season, so that's important to keep in mind. The consent agenda was also didn't have too many items on. We had minutes, a couple appointments. I wanted to note that most of our boards are fully appointed, with the exception of the Health Council, which still has 2 openings. So if you're interested in that, you should consider applying. We also approved a contract to Songcrate Productions for 7 years and $308,000 for entertainment at the 4th of July celebrations. So there were 2 action items. So the first one was the Guahi Pine Cemetery Master Plan. So we'd had a presentation on that the previous week. So we didn't have to have a lot of discussion on it. But basically the idea is that the master plan will help extend the useful life of the cemetery from about the next 30 years to more like 70 years. It will require an investment by the county. Between $3 and $6 million was estimated in the plan. But that's over the next 10 plus years. So there is some funding currently available in the cemetery fund, and there's going to be some improvements started, in particular adding to the columbarium area as the first priority, because they're basically out of that space currently. The second item, as I already mentioned, is the council strategic plan. So we had some discussion about that. We had a most of the meeting on October 2nd to go through that process of developing the plan. The plan is not a lot different, but we still have 5 focus areas, so I'll highlight those: quality governments, operational excellence, economic vitality, quality of life, and environmental stewardship. So underneath those focus areas, there's 21 objectives. So one of the things that we asked the chair to do was to go ahead and identify in the introduction which ones are core and not core, because this was a subject that came up in our discussion about the gross receipts tax. And another thing that we also looked at was which ones are more or less directly under the county control. So we had the most discussion at the meeting about quality governance and what's involved in that, in terms of the fiscal aspects of it, and what council is expecting to see from staff in terms of options or analyses. And then we also had a lot of discussion of economic vitality, in particular the local business support. So that one, after a lot of discussion, we wound up not changing. So anyway, you can see all of that in our package, and then they'll post it to the county webpage. When it's finalized, will be the document that will be going on. So then with that, we had the tickler, some reports, and then the tickler is the most relevant item for the public. So at our next meeting, which is on November 18th, a couple of things I think will be of interest. So we have the HAWK, so the crosswalk signal at New Mexico 4 and basically Mirador. So that will be coming for council to support that. And then resulting from the strategic plan would be the budget guidance that we're going to have. So the FY27 budget guidance, that's fiscal year starting July 1st of next year. We're going to have the public hearing on the $40 million in bonds for the community broadband project. We had a meeting scheduled on December 2nd with, on December 9th with the schools. That one has been basically postponed, canceled for now, rescheduled to sometime in February. So the purpose of that meeting was to talk about the school land on North Mesa and what the plans are. So that's the schools own that land. The county's been doing a number of assessments to help them and looking at the infrastructure needs there. And then related to that also, then on December 2nd, we're going to have at our council meeting, we're going to have a discussion about the North Mesa recreation plan. So thanks for your attention, and hope to see you at a council meeting or providing public comment.